Hey, how's it going, guys? It's that time again. We've got a brand new set. We've got dinosaurs and pirates this time. Let's take a little quick look at the Conqueror's Galleon. This card is really awesome. If you can attack with it one time, it turns into a machine that can just draw a bunch of cards, a JM Tome, plus a bunch of other stuff. It's pretty dang powerful. It's worth thinking about. We got the Belligerent Bronodon. He's kind of good. He makes all your guys fight with their butts, kind of like Doran, but it's only for your guys. Ranging Raptors, I like that card quite a bit. Makes them land. Let's take a quick look over the pack here. We're not going to have time to review the whole thing, really. I think the way to stay the most open and the easiest grab here is probably the Galleon. It's not my favorite card in the world, but it is a really pretty strong rare, and it's going to go in basically every deck, so I think we're going to grab that. We don't have anything that's too crazy awesome. I think I'd probably take the Raptors next. Alright, so here we've got, what have we got here? We've got this Exploring Merfolk guy, he's decent. Shipwreck Looter is pretty decent. He can loot once when he comes in, as long as you attack with a creature that turn. The Knight is okay. He can be a 3/3 if you've got dinosaurs when he's on the attack. This Knight's okay if you got dinosaurs too. I like running around quite a bit in this set because of the way that the extra mana works. This Archer is pretty solid. When he comes in, he can kill a garbagey creature. He's decent. I think we're probably going to grab him. We could also take the Branch Walker. The Branch Walker actually might be the better pick. Explorer's pretty powerful in this. None of these cards are that strong. We don't have a clear and obvious best card. This card's pretty weak. Alright, I think we're going to go, it's going to be one of these two green cards here, I think. We could also take the Looter if we wanted, but I think we're going to go with the, let's go with the Archer, actually, I think. Well, no, let's go with the little Explorer guy. Alright, so coming into our third pick here. We don't have anything too exciting in here. Let's check out the Deadmaster, or Deadeye Quartermaster. I'm not familiar with him. He can get a vehicle or equipment. We've got a nice vehicle for him to go get. But he is a pirate. He's gonna. I mean, he could go in that same deck if we end up playing Merfolk, but we're not really playing Merfolk right now. We just have that one utility creature. Let's see. We've got this guy. You can put +1/+1 counters on him. He's okay. Really don't have too much in here though. So since we don't have too much, I could see taking that Quartermaster. This Honor Guard. It's not a great card. It's a non-bow with our Merfolk Branch Walker. It's like an Explore hate card, kind of weird. I think with this weak pack we were going to go ahead and take the Quartermaster. He's not bad, and we do have a good vehicle for him to go get. Alright, so in here, if we were already in, if we had some big guys, Pounce would be sweet to grab. Pounce is a pretty good card. In this format, as long as you've got some big dudes, the Spike-tailed Ceratops is pretty solid. He's a 4/4 that can block an extra guy. He's probably what we've got to pick here. These packs have been not too impressive. I think he's where we've got to go here. So we're in a horrible place that I hate to be, which is we're taking cards that are in a pair, but we're not really taking the cards that are for that pair. Like, we don't have a Merfolk deck even though we're blue-green. Alright, so we've got another copy of the Archer. We don't have anything on our side that likes to fight yet, so no guys that have Enrage. So it's not the craziest. I could see taking the Wind Strider here. This card's fine. Spire Monitor is just a good card on its own, and then this is a Merfolk just to give you a little bit of extra value. This guy's a pirate, I imagine, yeah. It actually looks like it's a girl pirate, maybe? Hard to say for sure. I'll leave that to the experts. This card's pretty good. I think we're going to grab the Wind Strider here. Alright, so this guy's pretty solid. Interesting that he's still here. Maybe people don't like him as much as I would have guessed. We could take the Jungle Delver. He's pretty annoying. This card's pretty good too, this Emergent Growth. It's expensive, but it kind of, there's a lot of situations where you can just kind of wreck them with it. It's a removal spell, and I mean, I guess it's not that powerful unless your creature that you're going to cast it on has trample, but it does do a little bit of work. Yeah, I think we're Well, I think we'll take the Jungle Delver. Alright, so here it looks like there's not too much blue. It looks like the blue might be shut off. We've got a Blossom Dryad here. This guy's okay. The Brazen Buccaneers, he's not great. This card's pretty good. Kill a creature, power 4 or greater. But I think it's fine to take the Blossom Dryad here. It's not great acceleration, but it's okay, and it'll help us cast some of these 5-drops we already took. Alright, so here's a nice late pick card that helps our Merfolk. We've only got a couple Merfolk. We've got 3 Merfolk so far. This card gets a lot better if you have more Merfolk, and it's a pretty bad card if you don't. This card's pretty solid. Menace 2/2 is not amazing, but Menace 3/3 is great for 4 mana. We're going to go ahead and grab the River Herald's Boon. Oh man, our Belligerent brought it on wheeled. Makes you wonder. I don't know if I want that though. This card's usually not good. It's usually not worth running this effect, like running this kind of card. We may end up in a 3rd color, and we may decide that we want it. Could take a Spell Pierce for the board here. I guess we'll just take the Belligerent. We probably won't play this, but we might. Could take the Knight here, or the Commune. I think I actually like the Knight here more. Well, pretty close actually. Have not drafted this format at all yet. This is my first draft of this format. I did play in several sealeds over the weekend locally. Let me pull up my numbers there. I think I went like 11-3 maybe. Something like that. Yeah, 11-3. So not amazing, but pretty good. Again, the competition at the regular pre-releases is not going to be just crazy powerful. This is some really sweet art right here. Alright, we're going to grab another Jungle Delver here. So the only thing that our deck can do right now is kind of throw a bunch of guys into play early in the game and then hope that they don't have anything good to stop us with, and then we can flip this Galleon and try to win with it. Man, this is a pretty weak pack here. I guess we could take these stupid Cobbled Wings. They're pretty awful. We could take this terrible Blinding Fog. Let's just take it. Oh man, another one. Rough. March of the Drowned. Alright, maybe we'll open something sweet here, or I could love the little Merfolk Uncommon guy, the 3/3, that can put counters on and take them off. Interesting thing about this particular one of these, it exiles itself and then comes back untapped. Alright, so we got a ton of white cards in our pack for some reason. We did get a pretty solid Merfolk guy in the Tempest Caller here who can tap down their team, and another pretty solid Merfolk in the 2/2 that gets pumped when he attacks. We also got Fire Cannon Blast, which is a really nice removal spell in this format. We got Bishop of Rebirth. It can bring back creatures whenever it attacks that have converted mana cost 3 or less. Pretty strong card. Rallying Roar is kind of interesting as well. You can untap your guys. It's better with dinosaurs probably, since they're big. Since we're untapping them. For target non-Merfolk is a pretty solid spell, because it basically kills everything in the format, and Merfolk are the smallest, so the thing you need to kill the least. I kind of like taking the Tempest Caller here, but I could see taking the Deep Root Warrior too. The Deep Root Warrior is more likely to make our deck than the Tempest Caller, because it's possible that we're not going to end up actually playing blue here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Deep Root Warrior. That's pretty heinous, right? Like, it seems like I should take one of these cards, Bishop of Rebirth or the Tempest Caller. This card's definitely going to make our deck. I think I'm going to take the Deep Root Warrior. That might be wrong, but I want to draft a deck of cards I'm going to play. Alright, so here we've got the Goring Ceratops. This card's pretty expensive, but it does have a powerful effect. When it swings, all your guys are going to have Double Strike, and it's got Double Strike innately as well. It's pretty solid. It's a pretty good card. It's not crazy. I wish I would have taken that other red removal spell, because I'd like to take the Lightning Strike here. But I think I'm going to abstain from that, as I think I'm only going to be getting a lot of red this one pack here. We got Contract Killing, Lightning Strike. The green and the blue are quite a bit weaker. I could take Lightning Strike. Maybe I should just take that. I mean, what would I be taking instead? I'd be taking this Keeper here. Yeah, he's a lot worse than a Lightning Strike. But he does go with the strategy of just going ham with these little guys on the ground, and the Herald's Boon, if I can get a couple more, should be really powerful. I think I'm going to commit. This is probably not what I would do in general, but I'm just going to try to do this because it's early in the format. Alright, so here this thing looks awesome. Yeah, this thing's really powerful. I'm still going to try to stick in my colors still. We're going to try to take one of these two merfolk here. This guy taps guys down for a turn, and this guy has flying. I think I'm going to take the 2-drop that is also a flyer. They're both pretty reasonable, and I actually have a lot more 2s than I have 3s, but I want to try to get my guys on the board really fast in this deck. At least this pack we're not loaded with other cards we should take in other colors. Alright, so we've got a Delver again, but we've also got... Now this card's really good. This is too bad we're not going to be able to take this. This is a very good card. I would probably... I would pick this pretty high. I would first pick one of these. Here, we got Storm Sculptor. This is going to bounce one of our other merfolk back to our hand. Works great with the Branch Walker. It would work really well with the guy we just didn't pick just now as well. We're going to go ahead and grab him. He's a 3-2 that's unblockable. Alright, we got another River's Herald Boon. Because of how we're drafting right now, this is basically something we're going to take over everything, because we've got a bunch of merfolk and we're going to try to win basically on the back of that card. If anybody has a board sweep, we're just going to lose to them, but for a lot of decks, if they're trying to go slower, if we get to play 1-drop, 2-drop, maybe even 3-drop, and then once it's time for combat, we get to save a guy and hit him for extra with the Herald's Boon, that's going to really put him in bad shape. Alright, let's take a look at Siren's Ruse. Flip a creature around. If it comes back, if it's a pirate, you're going to draw a card. It doesn't seem too solid. It's okay, but it's not amazing. We could take another Pomp spell to crash the ramparts, but I mean, these Herald's Boon are a much, much better version of that. Could take another Spike-tailed Ceratops. Or the Wings. This thing's weird. Ceratops or the Ramparts? I think we're just going to crash. No, I'll take the Ceratops. Alright, we've got an option for another cheap creature. We could take Opt instead, but I think we're just going to go with another 2-drop. This guy's also kind of fun because if we magically do get to 8 mana somehow, he can put us in a spot where if we're swinging with guys and we took control of the game early but didn't quite get all the way finished, then he can put us in a spot where we can punch through for the win. Oh man, sweet. Another River Herald's Boon. Alright, so we're going to grab that. So this is the common that's for the Merfolk deck. The other green common Pounce is for the Dinosaur deck. And once you're in that deck, those cards become really strong. White-green Dinosaurs or even red-green Dinosaurs. Pounce is just crazy. And in the Merfolk deck, the River Herald's Boon is almost as good. So it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet effect. Here, I think we're actually going to take this Rallying Roar. It's unlikely that we're going to try to play this, but we could end up playing it. Interesting. Nobody is touching that Ceratops. Probably not playing this again, but we'll grab this. White Dinosaurs are wide open. Alright, so this is actually a pretty bad card right here, one with the Wind. It's definitely not a strong card, but we're going to go ahead and take it because of what our deck's about. The deck's kind of about just going crazy and attacking as hard as we can. We're going to take another Jungle Delver. It's a Merfolk 1-drop. And a 3rd Blinding Fog that hopefully we'll never have to put in. And a 4th Blinding Fog. Just ridiculous. Alright, so let's take a look at this deck here. I don't know if we're actually going to end up playing some of these cards. Hopefully we'll be able to get down to where we're basically playing exclusively Merfolk except for this guy. We're going to keep this guy because one of our ways to win is with the Conqueror's Galleon. Oh, there's the Pirate Rare. He's kind of fun. He's not where we're going to be, though. We're going to be looking around for some above average merfolk, of which we don't have any here, so that's too bad for us. We've got this guy. He's not really an exciting first pick, I'll tell you that. The Looter is probably a better choice, but also maybe New Horizons might be a good choice here. It's a little bit of ramp, plus it gives a +1/+1 counter. The +1/+1 counters are really powerful in this deck, but we could take Shipwreck Looter, as it's very likely that we're going to be attacking with our creatures. Maybe we will take that. Could also take the Jungle Delver, just so we have just a ton of 1-drops. Cancel's actually not bad in this kind of deck either. It's worth considering. We can get a cancel later if we wanted. I think we're going to take the Shipwreck Looter here. Another 2-drop. Alright, this guy looks good. When you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 on him. He is a 1/1 for 2. He's okay. He seems pretty good. Shaper Apprentice is also good. I might actually take this over him. How many non-creature spells do we have? Just a few. We do have River Herald's Boon, though. We're going to be casting those. It's powerful with that, and it's good with 1 with the Wind. And it's good with the Conqueror's Galleon. It's a pretty strong card. Binding's a very good card, but it's not a card that we're going to be playing in this deck, probably. I kind of want to take the Shaper Apprentice just because it feels like it pounds through damage a little bit faster, but I think I'm going to take the Deeproot Champion, mostly just to kind of see how it plays and how good it is in the Merfolk deck. Alright, so here we've got 2 Merfolk cards that do a little bit of work. This guy's really solid. It's a 2/2. It can be a 3/3, possibly, if you explore with him and you hit. If you miss, still getting a land is pretty dope for a 2/2 for 2 and then drawing a card, basically. Entrancing Melody is a very solid card, but it does cost some mana. This card is going to do a little bit of work now that we have so many Merfolk. We've got Critical Mass. Whenever we cast this, we're always going to have another Merfolk. So since that's true, we're going to go ahead and grab the Mystic, because that's going to put us in a spot where we can kind of always use it. Let's take a look at this card. It's pretty sweet. This card's kind of one of those crazy cards that transforms into a land after it meets some criteria. And in this case, the criteria is if you have 5 or less life, you can transform Arguel's Bloodfast. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab the Vine Shaper Mystic. I'm kind of excited that we were able to grab one of these because they're pretty solid in the Merfolk deck. Not as good outside the Merfolk deck. Alright, we've got another boon here, but I'm not sure how many boons we can play. We can probably play this one, though. I do want the Shaper Apprentice, but I think we're going to play one more boon. Just if we have a boon always, we just always have a boon in hand. That'll be powerful against the opponent. The boon's a really strong card for this deck to have. We may have been able to wheel the boon, so it may have been a little bit aggressive to take it there, but I wanted to make sure we get as many as we can. And I think 4 is what we'll play. We probably won't play 5 boons. Although, you know, you never know. We could find a way to get one in there. We're going to take this Grazing Whiptail. I'm not sure if it'll end up in our main, but he might end up in our deck after board sometimes. Here's Deeproot Warrior. I'm happy to grab him here. Not super excited about another Jungle Delver here, but I think I'll go ahead and grab him. The ideal here would be that we just get off to a blazing start with 1-2, and then we're able to kind of control the game. Alright, so here we've got a Branch Walker, which is awesome. We've got another boon. We're not going to be able to take this boon. We're going to take this Branch Walker. So we can have yet another one of the Equity Merfolk in our deck. This is stacking up pretty nicely. I think we're going to go ahead and start cutting some of our non-Merfolk. We're going to see about cutting these 2 Ceratops and the Whiptail. So right now this is our 24 cards we'd be running if we were going to begin right now. We don't have too many non-creature spells. Just the 4 boons, 1 with the Wind, which is basically another boon. We could play the Jungle Delver here, I think, and I think we actually can play this. We could probably play... I don't know if we actually will play 5 of this guy, but it's not impossible. We're not going to play New Horizons, I don't think, because we just don't have anything. Oh, we do. We have this. Alright, let's take New Horizons, because I don't think we're going to run 5 copies of Jungle Delver. I don't know if we're going to want the New Horizons or not, but I don't think we're going to be running 5 copies of Dungeon Delver. We don't have really any pirates, but this might be decent. I think it's a little too slow for our deck. Prosperous Pirates could be something that could help us slow the game down a little bit. This might be a decent board card. I think I'm just going to take the Spell Pierce for the board here. This card's kind of annoying. This card's pretty mediocre. It's fine. Sure, you guys can have those cards. Let's ship them on. Got another Delver here. This guy's going to be a late pick, looks like. I wonder how good this card's going to be. It just doesn't have any of the relevant creature types. In a normal set, like as a normal card, 3/3 or a 4/4 vigilance for 5 with better than draw half a card. Probably basically almost draw a card on it. It's pretty good. Seems like it should be good. Alright, really sad we didn't wheel that second Shaper Apprentice. I really wanted it pretty badly. I wish we would have taken the Shaper Apprentice over the 4th River Herald's Boon, because we could have got another one later. So that's a little too bad for us. So let's look at our situation here. I definitely want to cut this Blossom Dryad. No sense having that in there. So we've got Merfolk. These guys are not Merfolk. So I don't even know what they think they're doing in here, really. But they're fine. They're fine in this deck. These guys are Merfolk. This guy's not, but it's a fine card still. 25 cards, probably too few. Probably need to cut one of these Delvers and then play 24. Although, I mean, this is only a few cards here. We might be able to play 25 with this. So we probably play like 7. No, we probably play 6 green with 25. No, I'm sorry, 9 green and 6 blue. We could probably get away with 5 blue, actually. Yeah, this looks good to me. I think we're going to run with this, actually. Don't think I care to have any of these in here. So we're just all the way on aggro here. We could actually play a Blinding Fog in here. That's how aggressive this deck is. Don't mistake this for a Fog. This is a spell where you attack with all your guys, and then when they block some of them, you keep your guys alive, and then you hit them for damage, and then the next turn you can win because you still have all your guys alive. It can also save your guys from removal. It's a pretty bad card. It isn't a Fog, though. It's named Blinding Fog, but is not a Fog at all. So we're going to go ahead and save this up, and we'll see how we are able to do in the first round.